Hello everyone, Legend of Eon here, and I have for you guys a Slimy deck. If you notice, we're playing 4 different types of landscapes. We have sandy lands, blue plains, useless swamps, and nice lands. And all of the Slimy creatures have, when they enter play and you control 3 or more different types of landscapes, they all have different abilities, which is really cool. Disclaimer, I am running proxies because game stores don't sell singles, and online they cost a pretty penny. So without further ado, let's get into the deck. So for the first Slimy that we're going to be playing is Strawberry Slime. So if you control 3 or more different types of landscapes, when Strawberry Slime enters play, it heals 4 damage from each creature you control. So pretty much you want to be just healing the Beach Mummy. You don't want Beach Mummy to die. You want to keep it. It's really good. Next of the Slimies is Blue Slimy. So if you control 3 or more different landscapes, when Blue Slimy enters play, return a creature in its lane to its owner's hand. So you pretty much just bounce a creature that your opponent controls in its lane that this card entered play, and you deal 2 damage. Pretty nice. The next Slimy is the Lime Slimy. If you control 3 or more different types of landscapes, when Lime Slimy enters play, draw 2 cards. Really nice. Now how we win with the deck is just dealing enough damage to our opponents using Orange Slimy. So if you control 3 or more different landscapes, yet again, when Orange Slimy enters play, it deals 3 damage to your opponent, which is really good. So if you play this on an empty landscape that your opponent doesn't have any creatures, so you play this, right, and you deal 3 damage to your opponent, and then you attack for 2 damage, like that's 5 damage, which is really nice. And you know, throughout the game, you're going to be doing just 3 damage to your opponent, and they can't do anything about it, which is really nice. Next is the Fisher Fish. When this card enters in the Blue Plains landscape, it deals 2 damage to an opposing player. So again, very similar to Orange Slimy, except it does 2 damage, and it has to enter a Blue Plains. Now, the whole point of the deck is just pretty much those 2 creatures, and you're just pretty much bouncing them back to your hand, and you're playing them again. So how we do that, we play Beach Mummy. We can floop the Beach Mummy, return a creature card in an adjacent lane to its owner's hand. So with this, you can use this, and you can bounce Fisher Fish, or you can bounce the Orange Slimy with the Beach Mummy, but you have to make sure that the Beach Mummy is next to Fisher Fish or the Orange Slimy or any other Slimies, which is really nice. Next is the Drop Zone. So for 0 cost, or for 0 actions, you return target creature you own to its owner's hand. So again, you're just bouncing and you're just playing the creatures again. Next is Quick Pick Me Up. Return target creature you control to its owner's hand, gain actions equal to its cost. So again, it's pretty much very similar to Drop Zone, except Drop Zone is a creature you own. So if your opponent gives you a creature, you can't bounce it because this Drop Zone, sorry. So Drop Zone, you can only bounce a creature that you own. So if your opponent gives you a creature, you can't bounce that because you don't own that. Your opponent just gave you the control of it. This one, you can target any creature you control. So if your opponent gives you a creature, you can bounce that one too if you want to. But mainly you're wanting to bounce the Slimy and the Fisher Fish. Next is the Raise the Dead. Put a creature with cost 2 or less from your discard pile into play. So pretty much every creature in this deck is 1 or 0, I suppose, but they're all pretty much 1s. And like say you needed a Beach Mummy or something, or you needed like a Fisher Fish or any of like Slimies that you needed, you can just bring it back, which is really nice for only 1 action. The next one is Snake Eye Ring. The only useless swamp creatures that we have are the Orange Slimy and the Fisher Fish, so it's really cool. This is really cool, sorry. And return a random useless swamp creature from your discard pile to your hand. So if you only have 2, just like roll a die or something. Or if you only have 1, just return that 1 to your hand, which is really nice. Next is the Gnome Snot. So it's just for 1 action, just draw 3 cards. Like, really good. Next, we have Sailing Sand Crab. When this card enters play, you may play a creature with cost 1 for free. So with this, you pretty much, if your opponent is just kind of flooding the board and they're just hitting you with a bunch of creatures, you can just kind of kind of get back into the game again and just kind of just use them as potential blockers, which is nice. Next we have Great Genie. So when this card enters play, if it replaces a creature, you may put a card, any card that you want from your discard pile, on top of your deck. So you're going to be drawing that card after, which is really nice. Next is Nisosaurus Rex. At the start of your turn, if Nisosaurus Rex has damage on it, you draw a card. So pretty much this card has really high defense, so you're pretty much going to be playing it on a landscape where your opponent's hitting you for a lot of damage, and also on your turn, if it's didn't die and it go to the discard pile, you can draw an extra card, which is really nice. Next and last but not least is Rainbow Eye Bat. So at the start of your turn, heal 1 hit point for each different landscape you control. Since we control 4 different landscapes, at the start of your turn we can be gaining 4 life, and obviously we can't go over 25, so yeah, and that's pretty much the deck. It's actually really fun and super easy to make. I know that there are certain proxies in here that I don't have because, again, local game stores don't sell singles, and online they cost a lot. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye!